I hate him.
He's the biggest piece of baloney.
Canada passes laws requiring tampons in male bathrooms. They passed laws to allow tampons in male bathrooms.
It's about time. I mean, I was going to start saying something. I know Canadians. I can't.
So let me read this to you. The government of Canada, under the tutelage of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, has passed a law requiring all employees to provide menstrual products or tampons in all federally regulated workplaces. The regulations specify that menstrual products must be in all toilet rooms, regardless of their marked genders. This means that every female-identified, male-identified, and all gender toilet rooms will need to have menstrual products. The Canadian government's website reads, it explains that unrestricted access to menstrual products provides greater protection for menstruating employees and makes sure that they feel safe to use a toilet room. The best reflects their gender. It further mandates that all employees must ensure the presence of a disposal container of tampons in all restrooms. Tom, when you hear the story about as a Canadian yourself, how much do you support Justin Trudeau's decision here?
You like it, eh?
Justin Trudeau is bonkers. And the provinces I line up with, going to Alberta, where there's a lot of oil and beef. Hello, Albertans. Hello, Calgary. There are people in Canada that find this bonkers just the way that we find it bonkers in our political realm. And this guy comes from basically the bonker family, because you look back to Pierre Trudeau, his dad, and Margaret Trudeau, his mom. I mean,
Castro, it's a real nice, good-looking family.
Exactly. And remember, Margaret Trudeau took off for a summer with the Rolling Stones. You know that.
Yep.
She took off, and that was our joke. Hey, did you hear Pierre Trudeau built a patio this summer? Really? Yeah, he paid for the concrete. Margaret laid the stones. So it was that's a Canadian joke going back to the 80s, by the way. But I think it's nuts. I think it's nuts, and it's
literally nuts.
Or nutless or something. It's just Trudeau pandering to the woke to say, here, I did something. It's that freaking simple. Yep. And now it's a cost and an inconvenience and a lunacy to all of the various building owners everywhere. They're going to have to do this under law.
Didn't
see all this stuff you have up there. I didn't even know that was a thing right now.
Oh, it's a thing. Did you know in Canada, Trudeau changed their national anthem to be non-gender specific?
So what did they use to say?
Non-binary. It was something about there's a line in there like the boys or blah blah blah, and they changed it to be gender neutral.
Isn't that like a historical reference to the boys who had like bayonets and stuff?
Probably, yeah. Who died? Actual boys that did die.
Probably did. Man, what's the point of that? What do you get?
Here it is. Oh, Canada, our
Twitter
home.
followers?
Our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command.
Oh.
So they changed it from in all thy sons command to in all of us command. So I don't know.
I mean, was that really bothering people?
I think it's bothering people more that he just went ahead and changed it. That seems to be the dilemma here. Like, hey, dude, nobody authorized that. Like, you can't just change our national anthem. I think that's the general.
It's very Trudeau, though. It's very Trudeau brand.
Yeah.
It's on Trudeau.
Like 65 Canadians, I think, died. There's probably some Americans that might
Trudeau
die
wasn't happy about it.
Say what?
Trudeau wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, but his little bitch ass not doing anything. That's the difference.
He went to see one of the families.
Oh, that's adorable.
I mean,
oh, that is just a cute
What did you think that was going to get met with?
He went to go see one of the families. Wow. Did he paint his face like them too? I'm just saying. In solidarity. Did he show up wearing a fucking burqa to let them know how he felt?
I think he's the type of guy that if you meet him when he talks to you, you're like, yeah, it's very unfiltered. It's very brutish. But I get what he's saying.
Again,
that's
coming
what I
back
think
to
it
the
is.
context.
Yeah, that's what I think it is
Right,
with Trump.
I agree with you.
Because it's impossible that all these leaders shit talk him, hate him, and then the second they meet him, they're like, actually, it's not that bad. There must be something to him.
In Trump's work, his literally building the building.
Because Trudeau was the opposite. Trudeau, when he meets people, after a while, they're like, fuck this loser.
Wow, that's amazing.
What do you think about Justin Trudeau and what's been happening with Canada the last couple of years?
I think it's, for me, I've been traveling and I always feel bad when I go home and everything is closed, the business are closed, and I think they were more conservative in a way that they wanted to
to protect people, but I don't think I don't know if it was the right choice. You know what I mean? Because I see.
Hey, if you're enjoying
I don't have the statistic in front of me, but I see the world around me. But and from what I've seen, what I can judge is like people here, business wise, they're more happy than they are back home during the pandemic. You know, I see more happiness here. Maybe it's because I don't live here, but I come very often than back home. You know,
so South Florida or to Miami. You're saying
Florida, Texas, even in UK, everywhere I go, their business as maybe not as collapsed as much. You know what I mean?
So it's fair to say that Justin Trudeau's policies have not been beneficial to the people of Canada.
Maybe it has been beneficial for protecting lives, I guess, health, but not maybe for business. You know what I mean? It's hard to, it's depend how you see it, and depend what you support the most. I'm more a guy in my life. I've take risk in my life. I'm more a guy that take risk, so maybe I would go more towards a risk-taking politic, like a solution, you know what I mean? Because I'm more willing to take risks. That's part of my personality. But maybe someone who's more conservative, who's afraid, he will be more on the other side. You know what I mean?
Media made them racist yet? Or oh, they have? Okay, just making sure. Because that will happen.
Yeah. Trudeau did the same thing. Like he said in a statement that like most people that are against the mandates are more likely to be racist, more likely to be a part of neo-Nazi groups, etc.
Of course. And listen, if black people protest, they're violent. If white people protest, they're racist. This is just the media spin.
You met Donald Trump?
I have.
Is he all right?
Dick or not dick? Yeah, in the old days, I did a comedy special at one of his casinos. He was very nice. I directed it. And then he asked me to do the Celebrity Apprentice, and I said no, because that's the worst thing ever. But now, he's out of his mind.
He's out of control now.
He's out of control.
He's fucking out of control.
He's out of control.
He is out of control.
But I want to say something about your Prime Minister. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's so good looking. He's got to quit letting people punch him in the face because he's getting that.
Ontario Town fined $10,000 for refusing to celebrate Pride Month. And Ontario Town and its officials ordered to complete mandatory human rights training after refused. So basically,
wear the ribbon.
It's 100% you don't want to wear the.
Why won't you wear the ribbon?
It's Justin Trudeau showing up with his band of gays like, we don't want to wear the
best
ribbon.
part too is they go, we don't have a flagpole.
Yeah, that was the funny part.
That is the greatest part. They go, we can't do it.
We don't have a flagpole.
We don't have a flagpole.
Well, you fucking better get a flagpole because in this town we put flags out.
Yeah, we put flags up. You better get a fucking 10 flagpoles.
All the cops show up and they have guns that shoot sparkles.
I marched in a political rally this week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was in Canada.
Okay.
And they had these massive marches in the streets, like anti-Trudeau marches. I'm not anti-Trudeau, but I hadn't done any cardio. And I walked out of the hotel and I just got involved.
Oh, how
good for you.
Yeah, we had like "fuck Trudeau" signs, and I was like, whatever, that doesn't matter to me.
That's wild.
We did like 3 miles. It was good.
What is is the big beef with Trudeau over the masking thing?
I think there's a lot of that, like coming down on our rights kind of thing. We're like, these guys are people are like,
church. Oh, right, yeah.
They're like, yeah. They still like there's still masks on the flight if you're flying into Canada.
No. Oh, okay.
I think people are kind of here. Probably past that for the most part.
How many of those guys marching were white dudes who can't get stand-up gigs?
About 90-95%. It was pretty white guy heavy.
Pretty white guy heavy.
Yeah. It was pretty white guy heavy. But
proudish boys.
It was it was great cardio.
Yeah,
it was great.
Sounds like it. That sounds cool, Tom.
Threw some shit through a window. It was fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
We killed a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I honestly thought Trudeau might send in the RCMP and arrest them, which I don't know if that will still happen. But I mean, good for them. Finally.
Yeah, I can hold you. Canadians are very nice and polite, so I can see it taking a while.
Yeah.
Oh, you okay, mate? And for those of you guys that are wondering, RCMP is their federal police. Think of them as that's their version of FBI. So and they cover statewide. Canada has a very interesting law enforcement system.
Who do you want? Justin Trudeau? He would never do anything. The guy doesn't have the brass to sit down with anybody.
Just picked a bunch of
Would I love
dudes.
to sit down with Trudeau? Yes. I definitely want to talk about that guy. Justin Trudeau, sweetheart of a guy, blames MAGA for turning Canadians against Ukraine. Okay, Justin.
How excited woke brown people were when Trudeau did brown face?
Why?
Because they were like, we finally got one to complain about.
Yeah, we can.
Finally!
If there's any
Black people hogging all this victimhood, we want to get up in here and get some.
If there's any proof of progress, it's the fact that people gave a fuck about that Trudeau shit.
I didn't.
At all. I mean,
Who gave a fuck about it?
No,
Why
I mean, like,
should I? I don't give a fuck. My
I mean,
man
you're
committed
used
to
to
a
it.
costume.
You're not used to it though?
Let me tell you something. White
Trudeau's
dudes,
such
if you
a
want to dress
hoe.
as Aladdin and you a white Aladdin, get the fuck out of my face. You better come here with some fucking bronzer on.
Why can't we do brownface?
Don't ask me.
No, but think about it. There's no
I find
reason.
it more respectful.
Okay,
I feel
go
like
on.
it's disrespectful to be white Aladdin in my face. You didn't give a fuck enough to try to look like Aladdin? That's disrespectful, yo.
Keep going.
Bro,
Don't keep going.
Put in the effort. Put on some makeup. Try to look like me. Relate to me for a second.
Because there's no historical, what is it called, context for brownface.
Yeah, blackface was because they didn't allow.
Because you guys weren't good
I
actors.
have not said a word.
Blackface was because you guys sucked at acting, and we were like, listen, we got to do something.
Oh god.
We got to we got to hire someone who can act here.
Funny enough,
The fact that I did dress as a geisha when I was 18. And
Wow.
when I tell you Trudeau level to the waterline white paint. I mean,
Hell yeah.
waterline. There are photos of me that I am saving for
That's
one
not
of my
a skin color, though. You're all right.
I went to the Trump rally in the Bronx.
Of course you did.
No, I filmed. I was like,
you
I
look
did a
like you
video.
fucking voted for Trump. You wish you were American, don't you?
No, I've never voted.
You throw
don't
the
care.
fucking
Well, I wish I
hammer-
was American. That would save me a lot of trouble and money, but
But you don't have to. Well, you're Prime Minister. You think he's going to get reelected?
no, he's. I've never seen, probably in my lifetime, but probably in the history of the country, a more hated guy.
Can we have a game to play with you if you want to play?
Trudeau game?
Yeah, Trudeau game.
Yeah, let's do
You
it.
guys got it?
Yeah, no, he.
Danny, will you tell him about the game, please? We have a game, Canadian game for you.
Yeah, so we have pictures. Some of them are of Justin Trudeau, and some of them are black men. And it's, and it's
Now, again, some of them are Justin Trudeau, and some of them are black men.
Uh-huh.
And you have to decide which ones
Would fuck my wife.
No, they'd all fuck your wife.
Uh-huh.
Which one is a black man and which one is Trudeau?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play the game. Do we have music?
we should. I'll pull it up.
Dude, I'll say one thing before you start the game.
Sure.
Trudeau, people turned on him so much that like every blog, like every post you see, they'll post something like, "Oh, Trudeau has his new immigration." Like people aren't even mad. They're just like this guy's a clown.
Yeah.
Like you'll see someone, they'll go, Trudeau proposes a pathway for immigration, and the top comment is just like, "We need a pathway to get this clown out of office."
I know, they
like,
fucking-
people aren't even mad the way they are in America. Everyone's just like,
Who's the
"Fuck
guy?
this
Who's the other guy who's going against him? That guy? I forget his name. Starts with a P.
Oh, Pierre Poilievre.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jagmeet Singh's the other guy.
I like that guy.
Poilier's fine. Yeah.
He's just
Smart
a
dude.
common sense. He's like that.
Anything's better. Like Trudeau is legitimately the dumbest idiot.
He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of work too.
He really is, and he has to take breaths. He doesn't know how to speak. He's like, we're going to, as Canadians, and he takes these deep breaths anytime he speaks, and we're going to make things easier for immigration. It's like, dude, just fucking learn how to talk. I hate him.
He's the biggest piece of baloney, and it's like, as much as every politician lies, he's like on crack.
He lies and doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit.
He will lie and then lie on top of a lie, and then lie in the lie. He's a lie.
Oh, and then lie on that, yeah. And then he goes into like he does these like tours where he'll be like fuck over the construction workers. Then he does a photo shoot in the construction outfit. And everyone calls him Mr. Dress Up, right? He's always wearing a new outfit.